Hi guys, Patch Drury, board certified hypnotherapist and dream analyst. And today I would like to talk about the care and feeding of your daimon. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean your daimon operates through you, and in that sense, when it operates through you, it's basically utilizing you as a metabolic engine. And what I mean by, or as any kind of engine, but what I mean by that is our bodies are already metabolic images. We take in food and we convert them to energy. And under the direction of the daimon, we are a different kind of engine. We take in fuel and convert it to expression, convert it to causation, convert it to creative acts. And again, I've made this point before. When I say creative acts, don't assume the daimon only operates an artist. You can be a creative entrepreneur. You can be a creative homemaker. You can be a creative lover. Like you can, creativity is something that seeps into every area of our life. And the daimon, I think, can seep into different and every area of our lives. But it seeks out fuel. Well, it doesn't seek out the fuel, but it is it's basically got its foot on the gas of this engine to keep it going. And I mistakenly started to say it sought out the fuel. It doesn't necessarily seek out the fuel, and that's kind of the danger and why I'm doing this video, because a lot of times the daimon just wants to get the stuff out, get the stuff out there, get the stuff out there, and sometimes it doesn't always make sure there's gas in the tank like there needs to be. And we have a specific term in our culture for people who are kind of constantly putting stuff out there and get their foot on the gas and don't pay attention to what's in the tank. We call those people burned out. And you've probably seen artists get burnt out. You've probably seen people in different professions get burnt out. Burnout happens when we're so consumed with creating and putting stuff out there and being causative that we don't take a minute to make sure there's gas in the tank. And as great as the daimon is, as interested as I am in tapping into the daimon, I realize this is one of those areas where I kind of have to negotiate. My ego consciousness has to be the thing that spends the most time making sure there's gas in the tank. Does that make sense? So how do you do that? How do you put gas in the tank? Well, if your daimon is trying to be causative and creative and bring stuff out of you, then the way you put gas in the tank to fuel those efforts is by ingesting creativity. So what is your daimon trying to do? Let's, even though, like I said, it doesn't have to be artistic, let's say your daimon wants to create video content on YouTube like I'm doing. And so one of the ways that I try to fill my tank is I look at other videos that people have created. I read a lot. And I don't watch a lot of TV. Like I'll usually watch maybe a show a day, like as I'm going to bed, to kind of turn my brain off. But even that kind of stuff, even though it doesn't necessarily relate to the topic that I'm creating on, it's still helpful. One, because it just kind of allows my brain to go vegetative. And I think there are back-end processes that happen when our consciousness gets kind of like tuned out by, New Girl. That's what I'm watching right now. When our consciousness kind of tunes out on New Girl, I think there are back-end subconscious little things that knit together. And so that whether the gas going in your tank is specifically meant to inspire further creativity around your topic, or whether it's not, it's useful. And so there are all kinds of ways to, I call this process dipping this or dunking the sponge, because you think about when your daimon is in control of you, it's basically squeezing you like a sponge to get out every bit of creativity and output that it can. And you can only squeeze a sponge so long until it's empty. And then after you've squeezed it, you have to dunk it back in water. And so the process of refilling your tank so that you can later be squeezed by your daimon, I call dunking the sponge. And so I can watch in my life, I will go through periods of high productivity, which is squeezing the sponge. Right now I'm putting out 1 or 2 videos a day on this topic. So right now I'm in a sponge squeezing phase, and there will come a point where I'll kind of be like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I've lost my inspiration a little bit. I feel tapped out. And those are the moments where I need to dunk the sponge. And so those are the moments where I really focus on reading and taking in content, and even listening to music and going on walks and going out to dinner, like, and having food that I enjoy, like all of those things, because they feed my soul in a sense, are creating fuel for the daimon to work from. So that's just a little bit on the care and the feeding of the daimon. And if you like this conversation as much as I do, you can help me keep it going by checking out my Patreon. It's at patreon.com/patchdrury. And you can support my work there, and it's there are 3 tiers. Every one of them you can do for less than it would cost you to go out to dinner once a month. And I think that's I think this conversation is a worthy replacement for one meal out. But that's just me. What am I gonna say? Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.